Hi guys, and welcome back to my ant videos. Now I know you guys miss them a lot in like autumn and winter time, and the truth is just nature happened and the ants are completely dormant obviously, so there really wasn't anything to update you guys on. However, it seems the ants have gone into spring a little bit earlier than we have, so I've noticed that they've sort of reactivated in a way, so you can watch them right now. I was filming them with my microscope right in there test tube and they didn't seem to mind. Well, the queen came out at one point up to the camera, but then she went back. One thing that made me realise they'd sort of reactivated is they started to eat again. So in winter I did try them with a bit of honey, a little cricket, and really weren't touching it. And I asked on Instagram and some people were like, no, it's completely normal, I wouldn't bother feeding them through winter because they're dormant. So I tried again as we went into early January, and a few days later I saw that the abdomen of the cricket had been completely eaten through, and bizarrely they'd placed a bit of cotton on top of the cricket. Now you may notice that in the cotton warble there is like a bit near the top which is like been pulled away at, so I don't know if the queen was pulling that away and that's like a waste product and she was piling up the waste like the dead cricket and the cotton, because I know they do pile up their rubbish and stuff. I don't know if that's why they were doing it. If you know, let me know. But it seemed really weird how well they just placed the cotton on top of the cricket. So anyway, this footage was from last week, and then today I filmed and noticed they were actually taking the larvae from the side of the cotton wool ball and putting it more into the centre, so away from the ball but not like completely away. It's not embedded into the wool ball. You get what I mean. Anyway, so they've been organising the larvae and the worker even picked up one and moved it with the rest. At one point I was filming them and I actually thought the queen had bitten one of the larvae in half because it looks so much smaller than the others. Then I moved my camera to another angle and I realised that one of the larvae was actually just massive and there was a few little ones. And if you remember what I said about the Lasius flavus, and I had some eggs left over and put them in there because there was no mum to look after them, they could be the Lasius flavus larvae. And I know some people had an issue with this, but before I did it I did double check online, and since the species are very close and they're literally merged together as an egg, and they're not like, one's not bigger really than the other, I'm really hoping that the red ones and the black ones just get on really well. Once again, I just want to let you guys know that this whole series is just someone who has decided to try and have an ant farm, even though she's probably technically too old for it in some people's eyes. Okay, I'm very passionate. I have a lot of interests. They might be a little unorthodox, but I like them. And I am just filming this to show you guys and sharing my passion, but I'm not an expert in any way, and I think some people watch my videos and get annoyed because I've done something slightly wrong. I'm just a beginner with this and I'm gonna make mistakes, and I appreciate when people give me tips and they're friendly, but you get a lot of what I call ant police. Like, some people are like, oh my god, okay, you've killed your queen now. Like, calm down, okay? People said I killed my queen back in July and she is doing fine, thank you very much. So please just realise I'm not calling myself an expert, I'm just showing you this stuff through fresh eyes, okay? So anyway, another thing I noticed, other than the queen reorganising her larvae and everything, which, you know, I thought was cool, is I actually noticed her pull out all this cotton from the cotton wool ball and walk along her test tube and drop it near a cricket. Now, I'd only just put in that cricket, so I don't really know what that was about. I also found she'd put some cotton on some of her larvae as well, and then she went back and was like full on digging in the cotton wool ball. I don't think she pulled any out, but it seemed like that was her intention. So I don't know what this means for the queen ant, but they have certainly reawakened, and I really hope that this spring and summer things really pick up and I can update you guys on them. But please remember that if I don't update on them, that's because nothing has changed, so please don't keep writing on every single video, when you're going to do an ant video, because I will when something happens. Anyway, this has been quite a long video, but I hope you have enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching.